Don't ever put me in this position again. You're on stage in 10 minutes, so get over yourself and do the show. We're running a business here, you fucking idiots.
The Velma season finale has finally dropped. Finally! Good news, because season 1 is over. Bad news, because I gotta do another fucking video. Because you guys seem to like them for some reason. Episode 7 is about some lame-ass festival called Fog Fest. And the reason the curfew established like 2 episodes ago isn't a thing anymore is because the town thinks that the killer is a ghost. And ghosts don't follow curfew. So Velma obviously doesn't want to go, so she tries to guilt trip Norville into helping her.
You're a man of reason. You talked me out of my flat earth phase.
That doesn't work, so she tries to guilt trip Daphne, who she's been ignoring the past 3 episodes, but this also doesn't work. Fred's parents are like threatening to disown him if he isn't Fog King, so he bribes Daphne into going with him, and she accepts to make Velma jealous. Also, she thinks he wants to fuck her and gets mad even though she was complaining he wouldn't fuck her an episode or 2 ago. So yeah, consistent writing, who needs that? So Velma finds the serial killer's number from a note her mom left, and it turns out the killer is at Fog Fest. And since women can't go without a date because the show wants to make a sexist joke, Velma pretends to be a man. And apparently because her masculine traits, which are actually just her being a fucking slob, now all the women want her. So Norville and Fred are fighting to be Fog King. Fred because previously mentioned reasons, Norville because he's still into Velma and is using his new girlfriend to make himself feel better. The show continues to make jokes about men having it easier, and it's very unfunny. Daphne trauma dumps to Velma without knowing, and Fred reveals that Velma is not a man, and Daphne is mad again. The two are sad under a pier or something, and Velma lies once again to manipulate Daphne and her other friends yet again. But then they run into the serial killer and we get a chase scene that makes fun of the original show because this show doesn't like the source material. The serial killer gets Fred and the episode ends. Episode 8 is somehow even better! We get a short intro showing how self-centered Velma is, being obsessive over both Norville and Daphne while also treating them both like shit. So the group is stuck under a rock, and the show then proceeds to rip off the hit movie Hoodwinked by telling the entire story with flashbacks. Velma is obsessed, and then Daphne can conveniently hack a phone and can now track the serial killer's location. Fred is in the killer's lair, and it turns out the dead girl's brains are alive in jars. Fred starts dating the 3 brain jars at the same time, and now they hate each other. Velma continues to be jealous of Daphne again because she's hanging out with another friend, and then she fakes a fucking panic attack to get Daphne to come with her. Cut to Norville's flashbacks. Norville cannot get pussy if his life depended on it. He goes to a cabin with his girlfriend because she wants sex, but he invites Daphne and Velma too. He then says Daphne is technically hotter than his girlfriend or something as if it wasn't an insult, and he wonders why she dumps him in the next scene.
Also, for what it's worth, Daphne is technically hotter, you just have a mildly better personality.
Norville has a beacon or something and calls for help so they can escape from the rock, but they aren't helped and are left in the rock still, since they are minorities, and they're looking for Fred because he's a white man. The entire group gets into a fight, and it turns out Daphne likes Norville's girlfriend, so they all freak out when they split up. Velma causes the whole group to get stuck under the rock, and boom, we are caught up. Turns out Daphne's even more of a shitty person than we previously thought, because she likes when Velma is being jealous. Like, to an obsessive degree. They move the rock and they fall into a crystal mine cave thing. Norville and his girlfriend leave the episode after breaking up or whatever. Velma and Daphne find Fred, and he collapses the cave. You know, the usual dumbass shit his character's always doing for plot reasons. I just love when characters are poorly written for plot reasons. Velma almost dies and her fucking mom conveniently shows up and saves her. They have a chase scene to get out of the cave, and yeah, that's the end of episode 8. So episode 9 is really fucking boring, so let's make this quick. Velma's mom has like dementia or something and can't remember the serial killer. So the entire episode they spend the time lying to her to try and keep her happy. Daphne tried to leave the brains for dead in the cave, so they kick her out of the cool kids club. In order to get her popularity back, she fakes a relationship with Fred to get popular again. Fred's mom then wants to make her the head of the company or something, and the dad doesn't like this. Velma pretends she has a kid with Norville for half the episode until she accuses his dad of being the killer, and they are now worst enemies. The entire life falls apart and her mom stops remembering things. Velma's mom suddenly remembers after finding out she's single again and doesn't have to date Velma's father, and then she reveals who the serial killer is, and the episode ends. Guess who the serial killer is? It's Velma's mom! Yeah, that was a quick summary, but this episode sucks, so whatever. Episode 10 gets even better. So while Velma's mom is in custody, it's revealed she's been hypnotized and can't reveal the truth. So now Velma's gotta prove that she's innocent before she's executed or something. Daphne comes to show her a watch her criminal mother stole from the serial killer or something, like 2 episodes ago. I think, I don't fucking know. And it turns out Velma isn't a shitty person, she was hypnotized. Anyway, things I forgot to mention. Norville leaves the school, the mystery machine is turned into Fred's child luring van, and Daphne gets kidnapped by the killer. But you know, nothing too important. They have another scene with the underage girls naked, bringing the show full circle. Velma spends like 5 minutes listening to Norville's voicemails she never bothered listening to. Velma breaks into Fred's house yet again and accidentally leaves a voicemail to Norville saying she loves him. She saves Daphne and Fred, and the show makes fun of the original show yet again, and it turns out the killer is Fred's fucking mom because she's a Nazi or something. She wants to run Fred's dad's company and wanted to switch Fred's brains with Daphne because men get things done easier or something. So she hypnotizes Fred's dad, and they are captured yet again to drag out the runtime even more. And now she wants Velma's brain for Fred. They escape again, and they're held at gunpoint. And then Norville shows up and fucking kills Fred's fucking mom in the most brutal manner possible. And that's it. They all hate each other because Norville killed Fred's mom and he thinks she's innocent because she told him she's not. Yeah, Daphne hates Velma because she's into Norville now. Velma is self-centered and still hasn't changed at all. If anything, she got worse. And yeah, that's it. A ghost kills the police chief and the show's over. I just have one thing to say.
Previously on Dragon Ball Z.
I've decided to finally share the bone-chilling events that drove me to assemble the greatest team of spooky mystery solvers ever.
They do not form a team. This is false advertising. But now we reach the end of the series. I suffered through all of it, so you better hit the fucking like button and subscribe. I better not have sat through this cancer for nothing. If you enjoyed these videos on Velma, I have some other film-related videos coming out next week or already on my channel. I'll have an Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania review followed by a Puss in Boots The Last Wish video essay, an analysis on Peter B. Parker's character from Into the Spider-Verse, and of course a review of the greatest movie of all time, Cocaine Bear. Until those come out, I have a video on why Robin from Stranger Things is a terrible character, a Spider-Man No Way Home video featuring my almost non-existent voice, and a 2-part Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness video that YouTube refuses to let me upload in its original unedited form. I hope you all consider sticking around. This was Velma Season 1. Fuck this show. I won't be back for Season 2.